So he's a follower of Christ. He's got a full-time job, but he's got 2 kids.
All right. Welcome back to Johnny and Michelle. As you can see, I have a lovely guest here, my best friend Tiffany.
Hey.
On Instagram. Be sure to follow her on Instagram at smallmocha_. All right, and my handles will be underneath _classyjohnny_ as well. So let's get into this video. So as you can tell by our background, okay, y'all like it, don't you? We're gonna be talking about bagage.
Why am I so pissed?
You're annoying. So we're just gonna jump right in. So what is baggage? Define, identify, examples, go.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I feel like I wrote this down earlier, and I define baggage as the things about you that you carry with you to your next destination. And that's pretty general, because, I mean, you have baggage when you go on a trip, but also if you think about relationship baggage, whether that be with someone that you're emotionally intimate with or someone you're just friends with, you have baggage that you bring with you from your past experiences.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay, so let's give an example of baggage. Like, what could be baggage?
Probably one of the common parts of baggage is mistrust. A lot of times people get hurt in their past relationships, whether it be friendships or romantic relationships or just other experiences, period. You can get hurt in the checkout line.
Baggage.
And just take that to wherever your next similar experience takes place. And so now, because someone in another relationship hurt you, another boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, another friend hurt your feelings, now in this new relationship you're afraid to trust this person. That would be baggage. That hurt that you bring with you is baggage. That's just one example.
Baggage. You are so well spoken. Do you have baggage?
Absolutely.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so I'm married now, but I've been with my now husband for 5 years, and I definitely have baggage that I brought to the relationship while we were dating. Also baggage that I brought when we were married, per se. I would say that both of us did, because now living together, no, I do this way, I do this way, no, I'm used to this, we're gonna do it this way. And trying to make those 2 different ways work as one can be difficult. But thinking about the dating stage, one of the pieces of baggage that I brought was not feeling good enough, so an insecurity. So just in my little crushes that I had in grade school, but also my first real relationship, I did not feel important based on the amount of time that was designated for me, which was next to none. So I often felt like I wasn't important. And even when he spent time with me, I was like, I'm not good enough. Like, you don't really find me important. You never prioritize me. And that had nothing to do with him. And that's the thing. Your baggage has nothing to do with anybody else but how it affected you, how your experiences affected you. And this new person or this new space that you're in with your baggage is not their fault.
Period.
It's not their fault.
So don't bring something from somebody else to somebody else. Like,
but that's hard.
It is hard because people don't know how to. I'm getting ahead of myself because we're going to talk about unpacking baggage.
That was my question.
I'm screaming.
I thought we were going to do it at the end.
Yes, we are. Not gonna jump ahead. Okay. So what can baggage do to a relationship? I know we touched on it a little bit before about how you can think that your partner is doing something, or you're like, I don't know, making up scenarios in your head that they're cheating on you because of prior baggage that you have because somebody else cheated on you. So like, what can baggage do to a relationship?
Ruin it. Make it hard.
Yep.
So I've heard of this, and I think you were kind of touching on it when you were bringing it up. there are relationships that people have been in where they were cheated on. So now in this new relationship, they are afraid that their partner's cheating. Oh, you didn't text me back. I know you was with Savannah. Oh, you called me at 9:42. You supposed to call me at 9:40. And so I know that those extra 2 minutes you was using for Jasmine and blah, blah, blah. Or like Angela and Why Not Get Married. So I know if that mileage on that car come back 2.6 miles extra, that means he had time to go to the grocery store, go see Keisha.
Yeah.
And so here you are going off making up all these things. And he like, yo, like, the red light.
Right.
The red light, you know, those happen.
Like.
And so I've even heard, and I don't know the truth to this, people have said that the more that you accuse a guy of cheating, it's like he might as well just, I mean, like, if you think I am, I might as well be out here with somebody who's not going to think that's what I'm out here doing.
Accusing someone of cheating can push them to cheat.
Not that validates it or justifies it on their end.
Nope.
But one of the things I also learned as a psychology major is that the things we fear, we often create. So the more you are afraid that your relationship is going to end, you often tend to do things that cause the relationship to end. So that's something that I try to be mindful of. And just the things, I think about the things that I might be afraid of. I shouldn't have any fears for our relationship because we got married. And we hashed all those things out in marriage counseling before we got married. But I think about the things that I'm...
Plug. Do marriage counseling and a plug.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to do a video about that. Even if you're not like in the church, like get marriage counseling before you get married. But I try to think about those things that I'm afraid of. And I would encourage other people too to think about those things and think about how your fears play out in your behaviors. Not just in relationships, but period.
Boom.
My students say period.
Period.
They add extra T's.
3 T's.
They're weird.
I'm screaming. Okay. So now we're gonna go into a little baggage game, okay? And see what are our deal breakers, what baggage can we take on a plane with us as a carry-on, and what baggage are we gonna have to leave behind, okay?
And okay.
Period. So first scenario.
So he's a follower of Christ. He's got a full-time job, but he's got 2 kids. Janae.
So for me, and you know what's crazy is someone asked me before if being a stepmother was in my ministry. I feel like I could be a stepmom. I don't know. It takes a special person because blended families are definitely, they take work. You know, you got mothers of children. I don't like calling people baby moms. And you have other fathers. Like it's a lot of different people in one space. If you did it God's way, we wouldn't have these problems. But side note, I think I could. Could you?
It's a no for me. And I often think about the things that I say I can't deal with or that I wouldn't put up with. And I always say if that was my thing, I feel like God would soften my heart to it. But that was just something, one that I never foresaw in my future. Or I should say maybe I didn't foresee. I'm not sure I foresaw. It's so hard. Like unforeseen, but something I did not foresee in my future was being a stepmom. And not to say that the things we don't foresee never happen, because they do. But I never thought about it. I never considered it. And I believe that if I were to be a stepmom, that I would have had to have met someone who had kids or been with someone who had kids, and I never dated anybody that had kids. I'm not a stepmom now either. I mean, I guess I kind of am because he has a dog. So
I knew she was gonna say this dog.
I love that baby. I love that baby. So he's cute. He wants to be married, but he doesn't want to work.
The Bible says
a man that don't work don't eat.
Period. What? Yeah, no.
But what if he's a stay-at-home dad? Isn't that work? Would you be okay with that? What happens to stay-at-home dad? I feel like there's just a stigma attached to that.
There is. I'm not saying it can't be done. Like this is up for people's interpretation. Me personally, if I'm getting up for work,
you get
up for work. Like what? We need multiple sources of income. If he's a stay-at-home dad and has like a business he runs from the home, okay, we might be able to work with that. But just staying at home, not getting no money?
It would be hard.
I mean, the kid's relationship with their father would be great, but I need...
There are people who do it.
Yeah, there are.
There are.
Oh.
What if he was cute and he wanted to be married, but he didn't want you to work? He wanted you to be a stay-at-home mom.
See, I know some girls be like, oh yeah, I'll take that, period. Yeah, no, me, I'm a worker. I like getting my own money.
But what if he says, I want you to be a stay-at-home mom, but I'll make sure you got what you need or want? Like, if you say, oh, I want a Michael Kors bag, and he's like, okay, here's the money. Like, what if you don't have to want or need for anything, but he just doesn't want you to work?
When you say it like that, okay, so I would be a little bit more open to it, but I still just like I wouldn't want to waste my education. I wouldn't want to waste like what I could offer the world. Like, I don't know. I would want to do something to keep me busy. Something. I mean, the kids would keep me busy, but something outside of that. Like, I need a break. Okay, here's another scenario. Treats you right, share the same values, ching, doesn't have a car.
I've been in a similar scenario when my husband now and I first started dating. We were young, so
started when we were younger. You were my.
We were young. We were still in high school, and he didn't have a car yet. So I would drive to see him, and to some people that's like, yo, you out of your mind? You're not supposed to be driving to no man, blah blah. Okay.
First they married though.
I mean, yeah. First of all, and it's not like that now. Like, he got a car, like he works, like
right.
We're good. It's not
right.
me like feeding the family, blah blah. And even if it was, so mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
At first we were friends, and so I was driving to see my friend. But then when we started dating, I was driving to see my boyfriend. But also there was an understanding on both of our parts that he was working to get a car. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't just he was like, yeah, I don't have a car, like, so you're gonna be the one driving and blah blah. It was never like that. And that happens in all kinds of different relationships, because you could get married and the car could get totaled, the engine could blow out. Then what you gonna say? Sorry, bro. What you gonna say? Sorry, boo. I gotta go. I mean, I'm not gonna be with no man with no car.
If the car goes, I go.
What do? I know you mad. What? So what? He said something else after that.
That is funny.
Now it's time to throw the deuces up.
Deuces. All right, next one. He's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Shares the same goals.
Matters.
But his family don't like you.
So earlier when we talked about this,
yes,
I said that I would give it time. I would give it a little time to see if maybe they warm up. Because I know sometimes families could be a little like, I don't know you, so I don't like you. Right. So they gotta warm up to you. They gotta get to know you first. Okay. And also that even depends on the kind of treatment that you get. If they cussing you out when you show up, that's way different. But if you think about it, you don't just marry the person, or you're not just committed to the person, but also their family. Some people argue that that's not the case. I don't agree.
I don't agree either.
I just feel like
when we have kids, I'm not going to send my babies over to your mother's house who's going to talk bad about me or they don't like me.
Yeah.
What? No. That's setting the kids up. Mm-mm.
And also it could create a weird tension between the family and their kids.
Yes.
So if I'm with you and your family don't like me, do you have to pick now? Not saying that we would end up in a state where it's like, oh, well, it's your family or me, but it could create tension.
That happens.
In some cases, yeah.
And listen, if that ever happens, I just, always pull out the word. The Bible says the man shall cleave. Cleave
and cleave
to his wife. Okay, so listen, your mom can't love you like in the way that I can. That's all I gotta say.
It's supposed to be different.
That's all I gotta say.
I think we have two more. Okay, so he treats you right and he protects you, and he says, I believe in God, but I ain't going to church. And I know this doesn't apply to everybody, because some people don't go to church themselves, but if you are like active in ministry at your church, or you go to church yourself, but he's like, nah, I'm not going. Is that a deal breaker? Janae? I already know Janae answer. If she didn't meet him in the church, she ain't staying with him.
I'm sure we ain't got me in church.
I met my husband in church.
Isn't that beautiful?
But it was youth conference. It
I'm
wasn't like
screaming. That counts. Here's my thing.
tell us your thing.
Who gonna get them kids up in the morning to go to church? I'm not dressing in clothes.
Okay, so my thing then, if he says I'll get up and help you get him dressed, but I'm not going.
Nope. Point blank. Period. You're going to church. Praise him. Start the car.
Start the car. Mine would be the same. I knew that I didn't want to be with somebody who not only did they go to church, I needed somebody who was also involved in one of their relationship with Christ.
There's a difference.
It's really hard to be with somebody who doesn't share the same values.
The good book says, no, you gotta be on one accord. House cannot be divided, and you can't be unequally yoked.
How can two walk together except they agree? Also, I feel like even if y'all say, okay, well, I'm gonna practice this and you can practice that, I feel like at some point you kind of get swayed a little, sort of.
And when you have kids, who they gonna serve?
Everybody's different. Everybody makes it work differently, but I'm talking about what I wanted for me.
Yeah, period. So, future husband, if you're watching this,
You're fine.
Hallelujah! Spoils you, treats you and your family well, but wants an open relationship. Deuces! There ain't no me. I mean, wait. There ain't no we.
If it ain't just me.
If it ain't just me, okay? Wow, that was really good.
But everybody's different. Everybody's different. And everybody seems to define, or everyone defines what their relationship means. So some people use the term open relationship and it means something different than how other people interpret open relationship. In any relationship period, the people involved should have a conversation about how they're going to function in their relationship and what is allowed and what is not, and set those boundaries. And y'all boundaries is not my business.
I'm just stuck on this because, you know, I'm a woman of God, so all these scenarios I'm applying to the book. I wish somebody... Absolutely not.
Noted.
Period. Yep. If you don't want to be with just me, you can flee.
So one of my friends, she also gave me permission to drop her handle so that you can follow her on Instagram. It's at Angelique Monet. So I asked my Instagram followers what some deal breakers were in a relationship, and some of them responded. And she's the only person whose name I gave because she said I could give her name. But she said, I think about this a lot. I honestly don't know. I feel like since I've been married, God has taught me so much about love and grace that my list of deal breakers has definitely changed. I really don't know what would cause me to abandon my vows. When I think about the fact that marriage is a representation of the relationship Christ has with his church, I can't ask myself what my deal breakers are without asking what are his. I thought that was really profound. That was actually what I responded. This is really profound. Because...
That's good.
I'm just going to leave what you said.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, Angelique.
Yeah.
So, last but not least, how do we address and unpack the baggage? Let's start with you.
For people who are watching and people who learn about what baggage is, I think they now have a responsibility to identify what their baggage could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your responsibility as a person with the baggage, but I would also say that a person who is involved in some sort of relationship with you should also identify theirs, but also understand that you have baggage as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that they're solely responsible for unpacking your baggage, but
they can help.
They can, because
and Jesus is the only one who can ultimately help you unpack your baggage. But you first have to acknowledge that you have baggage, because you're not gonna get anywhere if you be like, oh, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cause let him do one thing that may be minute to someone else, and it just triggers you, and you be like, why did I get upset at that? It could be something from your childhood. Like, you never know. So yeah, identify, communicate to your partner,
and be open to instruction per se. There were things that I unpacked and he would be like, well, how about we go about it this way, or have you considered X, Y, Z? And sometimes you don't like when people call you out, because sometimes too, like if you say that you know that you're insecure, and your partner says, oh, like I really like so and so's shirt, why do you like my shirt? And I was just like, I just said I like her shirt. And he says that is this because, or do you think this has anything to do with X, Y, Z? And they have to make sure that when they say things, it comes from a place of love, and you have to also trust that person is coming from a place of love, and that could be hard.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm about to get real quick, because that legit described the situation that I had. So, but my issue was with any little thing. It could be friends, it could be relationships, any type of contact where I had with you for a substantial amount of time. If we were to ever like go our separate ways, or not talk, or just separate, it would like do something to me. And I learned through a friend who sat me down and was like, do you think this is because of your dad? And like, I never, if you were to ask me if I had daddy issues, I'd be like, no. Like, I'm in college. My mom take care of me. I got everything I could want, need, or act. Well, for the most part, I'm taken care of. Like, I'm good. Like, little did I know, it was attachment. And legit, I had to get deliverance. Like, I'm so serious. And I still deal with it now. So, like, so I know once you get delivered, you still have to maintain that. But anyway, I would, like, get so upset. It would, like, I would be sad. Like, if anybody would leave, I would be sad. And it was attachment. Like, crazy. But, like, just with that, I had to be open to her saying that it could have stemmed from my father leaving. Boom. 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 So, yeah, this was good. This was really good. Yeah. Wow. You know, you might have more talks from us. I don't know if we want to bless you that much, but anyway. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope that we dropped some gems for you. I know Tiffany, she always drops gems whenever she opens her mouth. So like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you click that bell so you get notifications whenever I post. I need y'all in the comment section. Tell me what you think about baggage. If you want to be open and say you got baggage, listen, we all got baggage, honey. Let's unpack this together. You feel me? Thank you so much for watching John and Michelle. Be blessed. Wow, that's probably gonna be the one that I screenshot.